All right, fourth graders, we are going to get signed into Scratch and finish up our Frogger game today. If you cannot remember what your number is to sign in, you can have one of the adults in the room look on the assigned seating chart to tell you your number. But everybody starts out with 4B cats, dash then your number, and our password is Wildcats. Once we sign in, we click on the file folder and go and see inside of your Frogger project. So last week, the last thing we did was added our balloon. We need to do some coding on it though. So we are going to click on balloon 1, and then we don't have any of our coding. So that's what we're going to go through now. So we are going to first go to yellow events and drag out a when flag clicked, and then go to control and add forever. Next, we will go to our blue motion, and we're going to have our go to X and Y, and our numbers for that will be -200 and 100. And then we want our glide to X and Y. And our numbers for that will be 200 and 100. All right, now we have to go and code some more things on our crab. So go ahead and click on your crab. And so the first thing we need to do is go back to events, pull out the when flag clicked, then go to control, choose forever. Now, this time we're going to stick a new block inside that forever. We're going to use an if-then block. So we're saying if this happens, if my crab does this, then this is what the result will be. So our if-then is here in control as well. So I'm sticking that inside my forever. Now we're going to go to sensing, and we're going to say touching mouse pointer, and we're going to drag that in that space. And then in our if block, we're going to go back to motion and choose a go to X and Y. And so our numbers we want in there will be 0 and -175. Next, we also want to change our touching mouse pointer so that it says touching arrow 1. So we're saying if the crab touches arrow 1, it's going to go to this spot in my game. Now we're going to do pretty much the very same coding for our basketball and balloon. So an easy thing we're going to do is just use our duplicate button. So we want to be on our when flag clicked, and you can double click on it, or you can press your Alt key and click, and we're going to get the duplicate menu. And so then I just am going to drag that below. And so then instead of arrow 1, we're simply going to change that to basketball. And then we're going to duplicate things one more time and change it to balloon 1. So now we've told our game what to do if the crab touches any of our obstacles. And so we have one final little set of coding to do. So you might have to drag down here so that you have more room, because you really don't want your pieces of code overlapping. So we are going to go to events and start with our when flag clicked again. And then we are going to say forever from our control. And we're going to add an if then again as well. So what we're going to be doing here is telling our game, what do you do if I get to my finish line, if I win? So now we're going to go to sensing. And we're going to say touching color. And stick that in there. So now we need to get the color in here to be the same as our finish line. So I'm just going to click on the green. And then we're going to choose what's known as the color picker. So it's down here at the bottom with the square and the eyedropper. So I click on that, and now I'm coming over to my game board, and you see I have this big circle. So I need my finish line color to be inside that circle. Once it is, I'm going to click. It now changed my color to match that one. So I now have the color defined. Now I'm going to tell it, what do I want you to do? So we're going to come to looks. And we're going to drag out say hello for 2 seconds and put that inside our if. Then we want to change from say hello to I win with an exclamation mark. And so then when the crab gets to the yellow, it will say I win. So now you are free to press your flag to go and test it out. So you should see if it hits one of the obstacles, it takes me back down to the bottom. And this is a really difficult game to actually win. So you can try your best to get to your finish line so you can see that I win. So there you go. So now we have that project finished. There's lots of other little tweaks and things you could do to make it more of your own, make it easier or harder. But that is the end of our Scratch Frogger game.